What time is it, RayRoc? It's time for another episode of the Morning Glow podcast. That's the time it is.
What's up, y'all? What is
Except,
on?
unfortunately, you don't have much time with us today, so I want to.
I apologize.
So, welcome everybody to the Morning Glory podcast, episode 70. I'm here with my co-hosts as always, Dayton and RayRoc. What's up, boys?
What's up?
Hello.
Sorry we couldn't do one on our usual Wednesdays, but I had to go pay the bills. So we're trying to do one today, but unfortunately RayRoc doesn't have too much time with us. He wanted to stop in and say hi. So let's say hi to RayRoc first. What's going on, bud?
Hi, RayRoc. How are we? We're tired.
It's been a tired week.
It's been a long day, yeah.
Are you guys getting a heat wave out there as well?
You know what? It's actually all I've been hearing about is heat, and it is gorgeous out right now. I could actually wear a jacket if I wanted to.
Really?
Crazy, beautiful after that. Digging this. Because what you guys got now is what we had all last week on the East Coast.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not complaining too much. Like, we've been getting a lot of rain down here in Vancouver, and that they call us a rainforest down here. So
yeah. Isn't England pretty much the same thing? Does it really rain all there?
Yeah, I mean,
it really does. Really does rain a lot, but you know, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as what people think. You know, it's not too bad really.
Is it like Florida rain? Does it come in like, you know, just?
Oh no. If we've got rain, it's for the day.
Oh.
Like literally all the week or whatever.
Are you surrounded by mountains at all, or?
Well, currently where I am, it's not mountains. We've got hills. There's not too many mountains in the UK. There's a few, but you know, not too many. But yeah, we're kind of in a valley. But it's not like, to be fair, we actually get blocked from a lot of that sort of weather. If you go onto the west coast, if you go to like Manchester and Liverpool, it's raining all the time.
Oh.
It's like it's a bit harsh.
That sounds like Vancouver. Most of the time, you gotta have like a nice umbrella to go with your outfit anytime you go out, right? So, so wait, just before me and Dayton get a little talking, because we got plenty of time with me and him right now. RayRoc, what's been going on with you this week? Anything that you wanted to bring up here before you gotta get going, or?
Anything I wanted to bring up? Yeah, aren't we going to possibly do two of these deals, Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, absolutely. One, we're definitely going to be talking wrestling. That's what I've wanted to get into, because these boys have always been big wrestling fans. I'm a wrestling fan, so why not we just do a full podcast on talking wrestling and how we got started on it, right? So
I think we could probably do that for an hour. We talk about nothing. We're like Seinfeld 2.0. We talk about nothing, but shit comes out. You get the point.
I think with wrestling, it'll probably be over an hour like we usually do.
It always is. When you get talking wrestling, oh, shit.
I'm just wondering, like, how many times wrestling will actually be brought up in the wrestling podcast, because I don't think it'll be too many.
Nah.
We're always like, yep, off on a tangent, that's it.
We might lose off topic and just talk about something else and totally forget about talking wrestling.
We completely live on a tangent. It's like, yeah, we'll go everywhere. We won't go there, but we'll go everywhere else.
So I kind of got a stupid question for you, but Monday Night Raw, it starts at what, like 1 or 2 in the morning for you? Day?
For me, generally midnight, I think. And then occasionally 1, depending on where they are.
So what did you do before we had DVR and all that? Did you record it, or did you stay up?
When I was a kid, I'd stay up. Me and my dad would stay up. I'd generally fall asleep, and then he'd record the rest of it. But my dad always said he wasn't a fan, but then he'd stay up once I'd fell asleep and watch it.
And keep watching it.
Yeah, so
that's cool. No, I just thought about that because we're so used to DVRs and everything. Click, everything's easy now. But
I don't think we were allowed to use VHS and record it, were we?
Yeah, you just couldn't sell it. You couldn't
Oh,
record
okay,
it and sell it. Like if you got what's the name? Like if you bought a pay-per-view, remember they were like, $30 or $40 for WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and
right.
the big. Why don't we just do this wrestling thing now? We're already into it.
I don't know how much time you got, RayRoc, so go ahead. So.
Neither do I. No, but no. What I'm saying is, you said you can't record it. You can record it. You just can't record. But now this is back in the day. If you got caught like selling, whatever WrestleMania 5 or 6 or 7, then apparently, what's it say? Like $40,000 or $100,000
It's like 125,000,
like 20 years in jail,
something like that.
something like that. Could you imagine?
And Canadian money, fuck, that'd be $500,000 for me.
But I only made $5. Damn, for real.
Oh my God, $500,000 all because I just wanted to watch WrestleMania with a buddy. Jeez.
And hit record.
Anyways, one second, I gotta send my little buddy here. Hey, Boo! Hey, dummy! I got a bone here for you. Want this bone? There you go.
Bone.
Yeah,
you
you
should
want
see
bone?
my dog's bones. They're like break a piece off the tip of that. Look at this thing.
Oh,
It
shit!
just sits there, Foxy. Hey, yeah, look, that's it. She's like a ragdoll cat.
One second, I'm just here. Look, here you go. There's your bone. He already had a pig ear this morning, so he might be full. I didn't know dogs love pig ears that much. What was that? It was a grunt?
I'm sore.
Oh, same here.
You
Jeez.
got neck pain. I got back pain. My foot always hurts.
Yeah, speaking of which, like, I just came from the hospital, and it's been like, man, this summer for me has all been just like doctors and hospital trips. I've been in so much pain. I've been just trying to get more healthy.
If you told me what you did to your neck, I forgot. So what did you do to your neck again?
So I think, when sometimes you get like a kink in your neck,
No, never in my 37 years ever got a kink in my neck.
I have no idea, but like maybe I'm just. Either way, I got like on the left side of my shoulder blade, I couldn't move one side of my neck. So that I think that had something to do with maybe how I was sleeping. And then in the last couple of days, it was starting to get better. And then this morning, I just woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't move either side of going like left or right. It was just like anytime I moved, it was like such sharp pain. So I went to the hospital. They gave me some medication for like muscle spasms and that, and muscle relaxers. So hopefully this pain goes down within the next week, which I'm actually shocked about. Fuck, they even gave me a shot this morning too. I was looking at TV, badass, showing off. Yeah, see, I'm a strong man. Oh man, I'm if I'm like any out of it right now, I blame the medication for it.
Hold on. Is there a Band-Aid or something where they gave you the shot, or is it
yeah,
they give him a Band-Aid and a lollipop.
No lollipop.
Us dumbass Americans, we get a shot, they put a big old, gauze pad and a piece of tape over it. That's off and in their parking lot by the time you get back to your car. Like, seriously.
I'm just hoping that this pain goes away within the next few days, but like it's like they gave me a shot and everything like that. I still feel like really pain when I like try and move my neck from side to side. So
the weed ain't relaxing.
Actually, while I smoke weed, sometimes while I exhale, it hurts too, my neck.
Oh, you picked the nerve, my friend.
Yeah, so it's but speaking of which, I think I'm just gonna load myself a bowl in the meantime. You guys were talking wrestling. Go when did you guys start watching wrestling and everything?
It's like a long time ago.
You don't remember your first night watching it?
No.
I do. I remember because
I don't have. My first memory of it is Hulk Hogan picking me up.
Really?
Yeah. My aunt used to take me to, while they were all Monday Night Raw. This is years before Monday Night Raw even started. But yeah, they would have shows down in Philly often. You know, it was at the Spectrum, and anybody from around the area, the place got imploded. Jesus, 20 years ago. But anyway, yeah, they'd bring me there, and I just remember this dude with yellow on picking me up. I didn't know who he was. I was so young. I didn't know what was going on. I got used by Hulk Hogan. Damn. That was a photo op. I didn't even know what was going on. What the fuck, man?
That's fucking awesome.
I guess. I was more of an Ultimate Warrior guy, honestly. But whatever.
That might have been really loud.
That just sounded like I thought a Cypress Hill song just started.
Taking it from the bone. Just like Cheech Chong. The old Cypress Hill.
Love them. Yeah, they're great.
So I didn't get into wrestling when the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan were around, kind of thing. I got into wrestling. I just remember because I actually had to hide it from my mother because she would not actually let me watch any kind of like violence like that on TV. Yeah, she wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons. She was pretty like strict.
The Simpsons?
Yeah, she wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons.
How long after watching The Simpsons, like the rewind, or actually they still make new episodes, but like catch like the little innuendos they throw in there, they're genius.
Yeah, my favorite episodes
that as a kid.
The Halloween episodes are always one of the funnest. The classic ones though.
Agreed.
Yeah, those are awesome. But like I remember one time. I remember one night is just I was in my room and just I came across when Hulk Hogan and the NWO came to Raw, and the Monday like that's what I actually got into wrestling. Is I remember it was the NWO when they came to Raw, and it was Hulk Hogan when he joined and everything like that. That's like
so that's not even. I mean, it's a long time ago, but it's not even that long ago, really. When you think about
was that 97, 98?
Yeah, or maybe before that, maybe 96. I was like,
maybe.
I think it's later than 96.
Really?
Okay.
I think 97, 98.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
Yeah, it sounds about right to me. It may even been a little bit later than that.
It was I just remember the episode. It was when Hulk Hogan.
Are you talking about when the NWO started?
Maybe.
Like when the night Hogan turned?
Yeah, maybe it was that night where he was making that big speech and everything with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash there. I think X-Pac might have been around at the time. I'm not sure.
X-Pac's been around forever.
Okay.
He's like literally been around forever.
Now I remember that night when he jumped over the railing as the 1, 2, 3 kid. All right, he didn't have the name yet. It was just somebody and Pim Razor Ramon. Yo, that was it. I love the kid. To me, I see him and it's I think either Sean or I think non-X-Pac or nothing like
one second.
that.
Yeah, I remember this really old wrestling game that 1, 2, 3 Kid was in. I can't remember.
That actually kind of sounds familiar.
Huh. Yeah, because I just remember there was a really, really old wrestling game that I really enjoyed with 1, 2, 3 Kid in it.
Yeah, he was like Glass Joe, like Tyson's Punch Out. Like he'd do good against whatever. A quick start, but
I've actually never beaten that game yet either. Punch Out.
Yeah. Dude, it's impossible to beat Mike. Are you kidding me? Everything's repetition. You get through everything, and just when the bob weed, bang, bang.
I guarantee right now, any of those old games, I still have not been able to beat yet. Like I still like.
I've never beat Zelda.
I've never beaten Ice Climbers. I've I'm talking about. Like, I've never beaten Donkey Kong with Mario. I've never beaten that one yet.
Oh, I've been Donkey Kong. All the Mario. As a matter of fact, the original Mario Brothers, I beat with one dude in record time. We used to race.
One life. You didn't die once. Did you take the secret right to the end?
Didn't die once and didn't take no shortcuts. Remember, you could jump in the tunnels and level hop. Nah, straight through. It was yeah.
Wow.
I'm proud of it.
One with
I
one
still
leg.
rub it in Pop's face when I can.
Dane, do you remember any old wrestling games that you played as a kid?
Wrestling, just the ones I played at school. You know, like
You
not
played
actual
wrestling games
games.
at school?
No, not necessarily. No, not on consoles or anything like that.
Oh,
Just
your teacher's awesome.
me and my friends beating the shit out of each other, basically.
Oh, you guys
Yeah,
actually had, like, wrestling. Yeah, same here. I had a Fredericton Championship Wrestling in New Brunswick that we started up. we I think I might have told you this story, but what? Oh, I didn't really. I had like a bunch of new friends that were big wrestling fans and that.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit of a thief with my father when it came to like me accidentally finding money. So one day I'm like in my father's room and I take around $800 in cash.
Holy shit!
What?
Yeah.
What?
So I I go with my friends to the mall, and guess what I spend it on? A bunch of wrestling belts. So
$800 in wrestling belts?
I think I
There
always
was only 4.
yeah I think like 120 or something like that. I think they were like $30 each for a belt or something like that at Toys R Us.
Still, but dude, there was the championship, the Intercontinental, and the Tag Team Championships. That was it.
Yeah. No, no, there was the WWE, the World Heavyweight, the Intercontinental.
That's WCW though.
What's that?
That was WCW, the big old gold one, that ugly ass thing.
They had it in WWE for a bit though, because remember they had the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship separate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that's when they had the multiple things around at the time.
Hang on a tick, fellas.
No worries. So yeah,
so that's probably what 2099.
What for? How much I spent?
No, that when it was.
Oh, yeah. This was when I was in middle school. We started this. It was like it was like when I was maybe around like 12 or something like that. 12 or 13. Right. But yeah, I only spent like maybe $150 on the belts or something like that. But either way, my father found out, and it's just like I gave the rest of the money back to him. We had a talk. He told me don't ever do that again. I never did. So, well, I never took that much ever again. I know that. But either way, we all had a great laugh about it because like. It was because we ended up like starting a wrestling league for months and we had friends. So it was like, it's like, I'm lucky enough I actually have a good father because like I would have gone to probably jail or something. Anyways, but when did you start getting into wrestling, Dave? Like what are the first memories?
Oh, wow. Well, I'd sleep over at friends' houses, you know, I might have been 6 or 7, you know, and we'd stay up and watch whatever was on at the time. But then, like my first real memory of it, like when I properly got into it, was SummerSlam '92, which was at Wembley Stadium in London, and like the whole show was absolutely awesome. But then my gran bought me the VHS of it. And I must have watched that thing a million times. I literally watched it every single day, watching that same event. But then, like, for me to go on my own and say I'm a fan of wrestling rather than, you know, this is what someone's got me into, it was WrestleMania 9, which was at Caesar's Palace. And again, it was awesome. It was the thing that the match I always remember, which actually didn't last long, but the highlight of the whole show was, for me anyway, it was Lex Luger versus Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
And yeah, Mr. Perfect gets knocked out and goes backstage. And if I remember right, Shawn Michaels super kicked him. backstage into a few bins and stuff, and that was it for me. It was like I was hooked. But like, to be fair, the Shawn Michaels match was, I think it was the first match. That for me, it was like, wow. I think it was Shawn Michaels versus Tanker. I think if I'm remembering right. Yeah, and that was crazy. It was like the whole thing, Macho Man coming down on a big, whatever they're called, like the big. It basically looked like a big 4-poster bed. Him coming down that, and Bobby the Brain Heenan coming down backwards on a camel.
A freaking camel.
Wait, I remember that. Heenan coming backwards.
Yeah.
Remember the very first Monday Night Raw? Did you already tell that when he dressed up as a woman, or he kept dressing up in disguise to try to get into the very first Monday Night Raw? They wouldn't let him in.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, vaguely. I've done far too many drugs and stuff since then.
You guys are definitely talking about things that I definitely did not see before I got into it, for sure.
You weren't still in diapers when this was happening.
I was when I got into WWE, that's when the Undertaker was still the biker dude, right? So
really,
yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like 2004, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, when did
I mean, he did that for a couple of years, didn't he? And I loved the American Badass. I loved it. But it's like you can't. I think it'd have been more suited if it wasn't actually the Undertaker. You know, it was like Undertaker's got to be the Undertaker.
Yeah, well, they try to call him American Badass or whatever, but it's still the Undertaker. You know what I mean?
I think still as the American Badass, he still got over as the Undertaker, but he was just a lot more talkative.
No, because he's the Undertaker. He's always going to get over. Like, with everybody. That dude, I got so much respect for him.
When he came back as the actual Undertaker at WrestleMania 20, that's man, that was like the best moment that I got to witness.
Do you remember Undertaker versus Undertaker at SummerSlam? Ted DiBiase had an Undertaker, and then Paul Bear came out. This is actually when he switched from wearing the gray to the purple.
No, I don't know. Actually, I don't remember that.
This was like SummerSlam, 94? That sound about right then?
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Yeah, because he always wore the purple gloves, didn't he? And then they switched it up.
Yeah. Shit, what a character, man. I'm trying to think how long that dude actually wrestled for. To put your body through all that for all them years. Holy shit.
And he still wants to do it even though he had a surgery. Right? Like, I
know
thought
what? On the side note, that's what ticks me, wrestling's fake. All right, be that as it may, the matches are determined, yes, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're not going to hit a dude full on in the face, but...
Unless you're Lacey Evans that nailed Becky.
Well, that's just to say, shit happens. I mean, you are
oh my God, what a fucking right hand that was.
She got knocked the fuck out, man. Holy shit.
Like what the hell? It's like that's what worries me when sometimes those big punching things, like with Big Show with the one KO punch kind of thing, is like what if they actually hit the person like with Becky? But at least we know Becky's
going to happen. They're going to get KO'd. X's on the eyes, the whole nine.
Yeah, it does happen. It does. Yeah. It does. It definitely happens. But everyone knows that. The shit happens, It's like well, I hope so. Anyway, I hope when it gets to that level,
goes over Ray's head and he has to go swoopy swappy and but
that's pretty good.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just saying, like, I hope. I mean, especially when it gets to like that level. I hope that there's that trust, so they understand that accidents are going to happen and stuff like that, but, they trust each other to do it safely. It's but
That's why.
a punch,
This is what I'm
a
saying.
punch is a punch. I mean, when like, well, for the training that I've had, it's like you aim for, like sort of between the ear and the neck, and then just on the edge of the jawline for your punches.
Right.
So it's just like you can take a lot there. It's like it's surprising, but you can take a lot there.
Oh yeah.
And
Yes, you can.
so,
Like
I mean,
you know how to
if
throw
it's
a
well,
working punch.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
a
if
whole
it's
different story.
yeah, I mean, if it's well timed and it's not full force with a closed fist and that, then it should be okay.
It should
But
be fine.
mistakes happen.
Yeah, but I'm just all them bumps they take over the years. I mean, that's a huge. I mean, a 200 some odd pound dude just boom, 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 boom. Time, and these are just normal things that happen in a match. Just over the course of 10, 15, 20 years. Like I said, my point was I got a lot of respect for professional wrestlers. When someone knocks it, it's like.
I know this guy gets a lot of flack, but I've always really enjoyed The Miz. Just because, one, he's had to take in a lot of crap as a heel.
I love The Miz.
I've always liked The Miz. There was probably a little spell where I didn't particularly like him, but
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
maybe what is it, the last 10 years or something. And he's just been on the up and up, and I think he's still got more to give. I think if you look at like his hardcore match with Shane McMahon recently, I think that's the way he should go, because he can obviously do that stuff. He can entertain on that level. He's willing to put his body on the line.
He could do an array of things. He could do everything. And like you said, yes, he's still got a lot in the tank as far as wrestling. Like he's good.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to now see the wrestling part of The Miz, but for many years, as a heel, he would just be obviously people called him coward and that he didn't really wrestle in that, but that's why he was a safe wrestler to work with, because he has those safe maneuvers rather than like a Ricochet that just jumps off a cage and does like a 640 or something like that.
Yeah, they got to be like half set up, clenching their abs and hope he hits right. Can you imagine the force that body's coming down, hitting you in your stomach?
Yeah, well, if it was me, I'd be thinking, I hope I don't shit myself.
Oh, yeah, Stone told a story about when he shit himself in the ring.
Yeah. It happened.
Imagine if once the sun he just like lands on top of the guys, all of a sudden you hear.
Fellas, my time has come to an end. I'm sorry I gotta leave you.
We will continue this wrestling talk on the Saturday and Sunday if you want, RayRoc.
Well, you guys have fun. Whoever's in the chat, I'm sorry I can't be there with you. And well, I'll catch you on the weekend. But I love you guys.
Hey,
that.
Yeah, love you, Ray.
Hey, glad
Always.
you joined us this morning, RayRoc. Take care.
All right, fellas.
God bless, dude.
Oh yeah. So, Dane, did you have any more thoughts about wrestling growing up before I read a little bit of weird news? Well,
I was just like, I was a hyper fan. I was hooked. It was like from the day I was hooked, that was it. And it was always WWE. Well, WWE from right at the very start, and then obviously it changed over. So, I never really went to WCW and followed that. I never really followed any of the indie stuff, and even today, although I've done a little bit on the indie stuff, but not as much as I'd like, but I've done a little bit. Even now, I don't particularly follow it. So it's still just that. I think it's from being a kid. I always had the dream to be like in the WWE, So it's like, and that's what like I found difficult whilst training and doing the few shows that I've done and stuff. It's like it kind of feels like you're not where you want to be, but you've got to take the steps to get there, which I completely appreciate. and unfortunately, like it was my finances that kind of stopped me at the moment. So I'm trying to build them up and hopefully start again. But you know, I'm 34 now. I mean, I might still look about 10 with a beard, but so there's only so much I'm going to be able to achieve, I guess. You know, I'm a realist at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and,
definitely finances for me too. Like I can't travel as much for doing stand-up comedy because one, the Greyhound stopped traveling for me. Two, I have to pay $40 more to try and get a round trip just to do an open mic. So it's like, yeah. So just finances are sometimes an issue. So I get it.
Like I didn't realize that it would be that way. You know, it's like I always thought I knew the wrestling business, but when it came to it, I didn't have a clue. It's because I mean I quit a good career. I mean I'd fucked up in my life anyway, but I actually quit the job thinking, well, I want to better myself and I want to do what I always wanted to do. You know, as always, I'm a positive thinker, so I was looking like, well, it's about time I actually try to do what I want to do rather than just doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I quit a decent, well-paid career, but didn't have no money in the bank, and to follow wrestling, you know, like to try and be a wrestler. And little did I know that you need a whole load of money to start off. You know, like
wow.
And unless the show was on my doorstep, it's an absolute nightmare for me to get anywhere. I mean, because it's not only a case of being able to afford the travel, which I can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if Charlotte was at work, then it's childcare and things like that. And it's like, whoa, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a hole. So, and then like you go to the wrestling schools and stuff, and don't get me wrong. The trainer I had, he was great at what he does. I mean, I don't think his heart was really in it as far as making a big thing of it. I think he was just happy to get the money every week.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I have respect for him because he's really talented at what he does. I like at the teaching and like the moves he can show you and how to do it properly. But like, it's just one of them things. It's like you need an opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, so even when it comes to learning, so it's not just a case of I need an opportunity to show what I can do. Sometimes you just need the opportunity to learn to be able to show what you can do, you know.
Yeah.
So and I imagine like stand-up's exactly the same as well. Like any show-based thing that you choose, it's a nightmare. Don't do it, kids, unless you got a load of money.
Well, you make sure it's like, you know, there are young lions in New Japan Pro Wrestling, right? So, young lions are these basic wrestlers that are just in black trunks, and their job is not there to win matches. Their job is to perfect the basics of wrestling first.
Yeah.
So, and it could take them 3 to 4 years in order just to get the basics down. So, and then they get go on excursion where they have to go make a name for themselves somewhere else. And then doing that for 2 to 3 years over time, it's going to take like 7 or 8 years to get really good at something, probably, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah. But I mean, but they've got a company that's willing to provide them with that opportunity, and probably I'm imagining that they finance the trips and stuff like that. You know.
Well,
whereas like in my local area, it's
from what I hear about like, WWE and the John Oliver bit. I'm not sure if you heard that stuff about that, eh?
No.
Well, John Oliver did a bit where WWE, when WrestleMania came around, he tried like John Oliver said a bunch of things where like WWE doesn't cover the traveling of wrestlers and that they have to pay for all that themselves. So that was and I'm not sure like that was going on for like a month or something like that. So it was a big thing. So yeah,
the thing is with WWE is they'll pay them enough so they can do that, or they'll give them the opportunity to ask for that in their contract.
Yeah.
It's like if you look up like all the WWE contracts, there's a lot of them that have travel and hotels and stuff all in their contract. So
I think
it might be deducted from the top sum, but
being
I think that's the way to go.
Being a wrestler, does that mean you're also like an independent contractor?
Well, not for me necessarily. No, not for me, really. Because the way I was thinking is I'd need to make it kind of get known at one place before anyone gets the opportunity to see me, and then I could possibly put myself out there to other places.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, the promotion I was with, and hopefully, I
Oh, you still there? Uh-oh. Dayton's completely frozen. Oh, well, at least it's a new profile picture for him. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Too funny. All right, well, that's hilarious. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining this podcast today. If you guys are tuning in, my apologies if we didn't do one yesterday. I just gotta work, and then this morning got neck pain from friggin' hospital. I don't know what it's called, but like there was something the doctor noticed right away with me, where he just noticed I'm like hunched over. And it's like something to do with like muscle spasms in the back where it could like basically you have to relax my muscles more kind of thing. So a lot of stretching, I guess, that I got to do. So yeah. Well, I guess with Dayton's thing frozen, I guess we have to make this probably an early podcast today. Although that's actually we did pretty good while we lasted today. I mean. That's probably Dayton text me. He was like, I don't know what just happened. I have no idea what just happened. Everything just closed. You can rejoin. You can rejoin. It's like telling me everything is closed. It's freaking out. My phone is going nuts too. I have battery, phone is still on, but how? Okay, let me just send him a message. That's hilarious. I've still got some weird news that I want to get into. Man, like Uber facts are just fantastic. There we go. Let's there. That's hilarious. Let's see if he'll get the link to rejoin in. Anyways, let me go to my Twitter account. I've retweeted a bunch of stuff. There he is.
Hello. I have no idea what just happened. Just like the weather in England. My phone's also doing weird and wonderful things, apparently.
your thing, your profile picture. It's just you going. It's actually a pretty good pro. It's just like still. I might have to use that for our next for the next graphics I do on that. So I've got a bunch of weird news that I've been retweeting to my Twitter that a lot of people have been liking. Did you have any weird news?
I have no weird news, Coop. Nothing. I know. I'm sorry. I'm always the disappointment.
Don't worry, I've got a lot, so I'll just give you live reactions. So, first thing I got to mention is once again, Jimmy Uso's been arrested for DUI, and I got to ask you as a wrestling fan, I mean, like, what do you need to do with him?
Oh wow! See, this is the thing. I mean, it's social media because like these guys, they're entitled. Oh God, and women, they're entitled to do their own thing. They're entitled to have their own lives, but like in this day and age, they don't get that. Yeah, there's so many restrictions. I mean, I dare say if they say that even the wrong thing on Twitter or whatever, it has consequences for them. And I don't agree with that. I think people should be allowed to be whoever they are.
Okay, yeah, I just this is his like third or second DUI in a year or something like that. So it's
I mean, as far as things like that, I think they should just be treated like any other person. You know, like any average Joe that would do a DUI. So whether that be a fine or points on the license or even jail time or whatever, they shouldn't be treated no different. They're all just people.
yeah, I'm a lot of people are just maybe concerned about Jimmy Uso. Maybe that's all.
Yeah, which I completely get, and like I actually hope he's okay, but obviously we don't have the information to know what's going on. You know, it might have been. We've all had bad nights where things don't go according to plan. You know,
Right.
I'm not condoning what he's done at all, but you know, it's like I'm not saying necessarily we've all been there as far as drink driving or whatever, but we've all been there when a night's got a little bit too messy and you think you can do something that you can't, you know. So
I wanted to.
it's what it is.
Yeah, hopefully he just maybe he just shouldn't drive when he should just let a driver drive for him. Like he has enough money, maybe pay for.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, you would think so.
Yeah, I mean,
you would definitely think so. Call a fucking Uber.
Yeah, or something like that. I mean, like, there's no need to like you make that much money, you should have like a driver after or something. So maybe he should just, in my opinion, maybe think, give yourself more options before you do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to share my screen because I've got a video I wanted to show you. Do you know who Killer Cross is?
Killer Cross, that rings a bell.
He's a wrestler rings a bell. Impact. He's a wrestler in Impact.
Right. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it here. Share screen. Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All right. So here's a nice motivation video from him. I thought this guy this guy's like my new hero after just making this video about a video about Mondays. Okay. I'm gonna turn this up a bit too, so you guys can hear what he says. Oh man, it's too quiet.
Nope, can't hear nothing.
Oh, it's because this volume's all. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna restart that. There we go.
A really interesting day here ahead of it. Today's Monday. You can do one of two things. You can be a part of this social movement and pretend you're a part of it. About how awful Monday.
Oh, what the? Come on.
How hard Monday is. You can put up your picture and your hashtag, and you can choose to be weak. Choose to play into something that is fucking absolutely ridiculous, that doesn't benefit you or optimize your current situation or circumstances. Or you can promote a positive, social, healthy strength culture and talk about how you've had thousands of Mondays in your fucking life, which has brought you to this Monday today, where you actually have the privilege to read and observe social media, and you can talk about how you're going to break this fucking week in half. You got a choice. Optimize your fucking decisions. Take over this fucking week. Don't be weak. Promote strength to yourself and to others, your friends and family. Think for your fucking self. Crush this fucking week.
All right. I'm not sure if you guys heard that or not. Did you hear most of it?
Yep. And you know what? I completely agree. It's,
that was my motivation on Monday when I saw that video of him just saying, "Oh, you could be part of this fucking social media movement where you can hate Mondays, or you can grab Monday by the fucking balls and you can break it in fucking half this week and give a positive message."
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just another day. It just starts with a different letter, you know. It's like you can I'm all about motivation and positivity. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah. Yes,
always have been. Even when my life went to shit, like I still see the hope. That I still always have hope. And it's like, so fuck if it's Monday, just do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, it's even though I'm in a lot of pain myself, I'm laughing through the pain. I'm grabbing this pain and choking it by the ball sack.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had a similar thing like last week with my neck, and it's actually okay now. But I mean, yesterday I went and I did some hardscaping while I built a deck and some steps.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But my neck was still bad, and it's actually helped it. It's like completely free now. Just give my head a wobble.
You're making me jealous. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's pain.
So like yesterday I was like, oh, fuck the pain. I need the money. And I had to go basically build this thing out of railway sleeves, which are heavy as fuck. So carrying them on my shoulder like I was Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Just not quite as good looking or not quite the physique.
Big ass bazooka coming on your set.
Yeah, and it helped. It just helped. I mean, I think it was good for me to just get out of my normal dad life routine. Like, I mean, absolutely love being a dad. It's why I wake up every morning. But it was nice. That was my break, to go and construct something.
Yeah, it always feels good that you can be manly and construct something. It's always the man thing to do. Probably the coolest thing I ever made was a dinner tray. It was I had to put like tiles on the inside of the dinner tray. It was made out of wood on the outside. It was really cool. I'd left it behind. I can't remember where I was. But anyways, I've got a bunch of other weird news here that I wanted to read to you. Man, like there's just so many things. Oh, okay. Obviously, we got tagged by a Twitter message this week. Did you?
We did.
Yeah. Did you see it?
No.
Did you know that? I think it was Kim. Kim tagged us in a message with a video. Did you see the video?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Oh, so thank you, Kim, for very much sending that video to us, because we learned a new species also can swim. It's like third week in a row we found out a different animal could swim, and this week we found out it was a bat. Did not know.
Yeah, he was actually really good at it as well. Like that little bat swam really well.
I like my little joke. I didn't know a bat can learn the butterfly. Yeah. So thank you very much, Kim, for sending us that video. I did not know that bats can swim.
Well, maybe now Batman will pick his shit up and ditch Aquaman. He can do his own swimming now. He doesn't need someone to do it for him.
What other things? Man, I retweeted a lot of things from Uberfacts this week on my Twitter account. Just in the U.S., if you find dinosaur bones in your backyard, those are now your dinosaur bones. Is that the same rule in the UK?
I'm not too sure, because I'm sure that there's some ancient law that if you dig any deeper, I think it's something like 6 foot. Whatever's basically below the ground belongs to the Queen. Something like that. Some really ancient law. I mean, I might be wrong. It might just be something I've heard, or it might just be like an old wives' tale or something. But I'm pretty sure that technically whatever, because I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about no more. I've been in the sun too long.
Just on Saturday, bring that information back. I'd like to know from that if you can. If you dig up dinosaur bones in the UK, they're owned by the Queen, not you.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a look. I'll see what I can find out. I'll give the Queen give her a quick bell.
All right, so here's here's
So, Your Majesty, is this bone of yours?
Oh man. Here's another one I found. Okay, so when a very obese person is cremated, special measures are taken to reduce the risk of grease fire.
What?
Yeah, I had to bring that up here.
That's like the visuals I'm getting from that are like not very nice.
I mean, like, I don't understand why. First of all, Uberfax would know something like that in the first place. But I don't know what. Like, what the hell? I mean, what? That doesn't make any sense. But I guess that's for somebody when they're cremated, right? So.
No, you've seen Fight Club, haven't you?
Actually, no.
What? What?
Oh my god! It's like every day, every podcast we've done, there's like Coop's a failure at this week. He never seen Fight Club. He has never had.
Never seen Fight Club.
Dude,
that just blew my mind right there.
Where's Jericho's list?
Yeah.
I wonder how many times he would add me to that.
You're at the top of every page.
Speaking of grease fires, here I've got the next one I've got here from Uber's Facts. Check this out. Do you have Burger King out there?
Yep.
So Burger King has a special thing in Sweden going on right now, where it's like a 50-50 promotional burger, where they're so confident in they're promoting a plant-based burger now for Burger King in Sweden. So the challenge is we're so confident that you won't even taste the difference in between this plant-based burger. So what they're doing is it's called the 50-50 meal, where it's either the people in the back, they get to choose if either they give you a beef patty or a plant patty. So
right.
Yeah. So
yeah, but the truth of it is everyone's getting plants because they're cheaper.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day.
But I just I thought that was really cool that people are doing something like that.
That is a really good idea, actually. That's really good. I mean, the whole world seems to be turning vegetarian now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I posted on my Twitter like last week. It's like vegan dog diets are actually a thing.
Yeah, there's people like that. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
I was like that seriously hurt my head.
Didn't the prince say something how they're like they want their kid to be vegetarian or something like that? Prince William?
I have no idea.
Huh. I think
no idea.
There's just like there's like a the royal couple is like really cautious about about their kid like eating right in that they're only giving them like he's like totally vegan or something like that. And I read a story like that. I could be completely like bullshitting, but
yeah,
I came across that I have to go back and see if I retweeted that on my Twitter account at some point. I just remember that a long time ago.
Like for me, everyone deserves a choice. I'd never push something onto my kids, you know. It's like you choose what you like and you do what you like, you know. I'm not saying that they can do whatever they want. That's not how it works. But like, you know, when it comes to things like that, you know, they like what they like. You know, I'd never force a diet onto my kids. That's a bit strange to me.
Yeah, I'm even trying to diet myself, but it's like I'll spend a whole day of like trying to like be in shape and that, and then at the end of the day, I ruin it with like a bunch of potatoes with butter.
Yeah.
Like fuck, I need a filler, but it's just potatoes and butter is not doing it. It's not good for you.
Yeah, I mean, It's the same for me. It's like, I mean, I train as much as I possibly can at home,
Uh,
but then at the end, I'll train for a couple of hours or whatever, and then I'll order a parmesan, which I don't know if you've seen a parmesan or a parmo. It's like fried chicken with a whole load of bechamel sauce and a whole load of melted cheese on.
oh yeah,
It's like, oh
Parmigiano.
yeah,
Good old Parmesan cheese. That's so bad for you.
yeah,
Actually, any kind of
it's
like
like,
dairy I've heard is bad for you, right? So,
yeah,
we're
apparently,
we're sticking with Greek yogurt right now for like, and I'm for my protein shakes. I'm actually on Slim Fast. I don't know if you know what that is. Slim Fast is like,
yeah, I know what that is.
so I got that, and I mixed it with almond milk. Apparently,
Right.
almond milk is much better for you than actual like cow milk. So I've been
Yeah.
I've been I've been trying to eat healthier, but at the end of the day, I eat 2 potatoes with a bunch of butter on it, and I fucking fatten up more. Damn it! I'm like, God damn it! But I'm at someday, hopefully, I'll get healthier. Where what other fact? Okay, so oh yes, so obviously the big news is the Apollo or the Apollo 50 anniversary thing happened this week.
Yep.
So there was some interesting facts I found out. Check this out. The cameras used to take photos of the Apollo astronauts on the moon are still up there today. To reduce the weight on the trip back, the astronauts took the film but left the camera bodies and lenses on the moon's surface.
Huh. Mate, I think that makes sense, really.
Yeah, I get. And then what else? Obviously, another thing that happened in weird news is the Area 51 thing happened. So we got to talk about that.
What was that? What happened there?
So somebody on Facebook made one of those events. Okay, so you know one of those like events that people can attend.
Yep.
Somebody made an event to happen in September, where they want to organize a massive raid and storm Area 51 and just to see them aliens is the event, is what they quoted. So now there's over 1 million people that have signed up for this event to raid Area 51 to see them aliens.
Right, so yeah, come with me and let's get shot.
That's basically the reply that the U.S. military says. Like, the Area 51 is an open range military facility where we have armored troops prepared for any kind of invasion. Oh, wow. So that is the big joke that's been going around about it, is because everybody wants to see the aliens, and now there's like a bunch of things going on where a Budweiser, do you know the beer company Budweiser?
Yep.
So their other thing, Bud Light, is the lighter one, and they actually made beer for an Area 51 thing. So
all right.
So apparently Budweiser is giving free Area 51 beer to any aliens that make it out of Area 51.
I seen something as well. It was who was it? Now I may be wrong here, but it may have been Voodoo Lounge. I think it's Voodoo Bar and Grill, which is Pensacola.
Okay.
I'm almost certain, but it may not have been them. But they said yes, we delivered to Area 51. So it's like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I saw that tweet. Yeah, it was yes, we delivered Area. It was at Chipotle's or something.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was.
I'm thinking it was Voodoo because their stuff looks great. It's like every time I see something they post, I'm 3,000 miles away from them, but it's like, yep, like, I want that. if I ever get to go to Florida again, damn, I'm going there.
apparently the people that work at Area 51, they actually take a secret flight from Las Vegas. So apparently they board a plane in Las Vegas that is it's not advertised plane. So there's no logos or anything on the plane. It's just a blank plane with a red stripe on it that indicates the Area 51 plane. So that's another thing I read about that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah,
I love the fact it's all apparently stuff again. You know, like apparently now the Earth is flat again. It's like
whoa.
Whoa.
We have astronauts and video cameras in space. Can they not see? Like,
I think people just get to make stuff up, and then all of a sudden someone believes it and tells someone else, and then they believe it, and then it's like, whoa, we've got a whole theory going on. So I reckon I'm going to put this down right now. I reckon that the Earth is square. Do you believe me? Tell your friends. Tell your friends the Earth is square.
No, you're not. You're not talking about the people that live on Earth. The people that live on Earth are squared.
Well,
we got a bunch of squares.
It's getting that way nowadays, isn't it? It's like you can't move without someone saying you've done something wrong.
I've did we already bring this up last week? The new Lion King movie. Are you anxious to see that?
I want to see it. I will wait till it comes on the Blu-ray or on my TV provider.
Here's an interesting fact I found out a couple things about it. Elton John's "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" was almost scrapped from The Lion King because it did not match the film's father and son theme.
Right.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm just Elton John. Everybody knows Elton John. I'm just surprised about that. I haven't even heard it, but I thought that was interesting to bring up. And the other one I found out is Pharrell Williams produced many of the songs on the new Lion King soundtrack. Do you know who Pharrell Williams is?
Yep. Yeah. I actually wear some of his clothes. Well, he's got a range with Adidas.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
there's some really nice clothes.
So then he had to work with Seth Rogen with some songs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he also acted as vocal coach to Seth Rogen, who plays Pumbaa on The Lion King, and saying that Rogen's singing was so bad it made him bang his head against the wall. Oh, that's great. Oh man. Well, that sounds about right for Pumbaa, though, right?
Do you know what the Seth Rogen thing is like? That's one of the reasons I do want to watch it, because if Seth Rogen plays anyone else other than Seth Rogen in any movie, then that's that again. My head's gonna pop. So I want to know how much Pumbaa is like Seth Rogen, because he's the same in every film, you know. Like,
oh, okay.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love him, and I think his movies are great. But he is the same person in every single movie.
Here's the next one I want to show you. Do you see it on your screen?
Yeah, Buffalo.
Okay, so a 9-year-old girl was injured after being tossed into the air by a bison in Yellowstone National Park. Here it is.
Wow.
I'm surprised, first of all, why are tourists this close? Around 50 tourists came close to this bison.
Oof.
Oh my fucking God. First of all, why are the tourists so damn close? It's a goddamn bison.
Yeah. And look at the size of it.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This is what I gotta say. Like, it's a wild animal, and you're walking like what within like 15, 16 feet of it. So the culprit is don't get close to a goddamn bison, or it's gonna.
Yeah.
Okay,
People just don't be people no more. Please don't be a person no more, because people are stupid.
we should all just be robots then.
Yeah.
That's the main goal, is that everybody just no more people, all robots.
Yeah.
What other stories do I got here? Okay. Nike's Moon shoe sells for $473,500 at Sobeys auction. Holy crap.
I've seen that, and it's like,
wow.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, some people got more money than sense, I guess. I mean, who pays $500,000 for second-hand shoes?
Apparently they're embarrassed.
I really hope that they stink.
They look like completely like old, and it's like all like copper looking. It's like, and this was a Canadian investor or buyer or something like that. And he wanted to buy a full like Nike collection or something like that.
Yeah, well, apparently he bought like something like 100 pairs and cost him over $1 million for the whole lot.
Man, that would have been sucked if you were one of the people there. Like, yeah, but I just want a pair of shoes, man.
Yeah. It's like the thing is, what are the chances of him actually wearing them?
No.
It's not going to happen.
Just imagine him as just like accidentally just like wearing it. It's like, I need something to wear on the track.
Yeah. I'm going to the gym in them. I'm going to the gym.
It's just unbelievable. Why somebody would pay almost $1 million, $500,000 for a pair of shoes. That was crazy. Was there anything else that I retweeted? Oh yeah, we talked about something earlier. For wrestling finishers, we had a nice little conversation how finishers should be a finisher, right?
Yeah.
The idea that like it should not be done 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. It's just I don't know what it is. It's like I said to you, I don't know whether it's just people not wanting to sell a particular move or whatever, whether they just haven't agreed on that, or if that's just it's more of a signature move now rather than a finisher, because it never finishes with the finisher.
Yeah, I think that's why sometimes that's I guess the wrestling art is when you have a up and coming stronger wrestler that will kick out of a finisher. Then that's when maybe you have to create a new finisher, and you can't use that old anymore. Those become signature moves instead. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's like, after watching, Okada's known as one of the best wrestlers right now in the world for New Japan, but all he does is just a short like wrist clothesline, and that's his finisher called the Rainmaker, and he has to do that like 3 or 4 times in order to beat somebody. So it's just like, for me, I think that's more of a signature, and just like, if you should get a better finisher if you're doing it 4 or 5 times. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a finisher if maybe he keeps hold of the hand, knocks them down while still holding them, picks them back up, does it again. If it was on the bounce, like one after the other, fair enough. But it's like, wow. Do you know what? I've just decided my finisher. I'm just going to go and poke someone in the eye. I'm just going to genuinely just poke them in the eye. Get out with that.
I've noticed a lot of people are now using the mandible claw again, where it's just like this very simple thing of just using your hand and squishing it against their temple.
Yeah, it's under the tongue, isn't it? Pushing down under the tongue.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one guy, Lance Archer. All he does is called the mandible claw, and all he does is just this. And he pushes their shoulders with that against the ground and pins them instead.
All right.
So that's I guess some moves are like classic where it's just like they don't look like it's painful, but they're if you got like a body for it, then yeah, it can be, right? So
Yeah, I mean, if you're a giant, you can just squash someone's head. Fair enough.
Another story here that I wanted to read you. Remember how we talked about apples and oranges last week?
Mm-hmm.
So I came across a story about apparently one of the most expensive apples in the world is something called a black. It's like a black apple, and it's actually called the black diamond apple, where it's actually the outside of it is black, and
Right.
and these apples basically you can get like an apple for like $2.49 for like what 3 pounds or 4 pounds of apples or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are basic apples. One black diamond apple is worth at least over $8.
Wow. does it taste different?
Yeah,
Like what?
Apparently they've got like a really like sweet taste to it or something like that, and it's only grown in the Upper Alps or something like that near Tibet or something like that.
Right. So come buy this apple that tastes like a strawberry. So, yeah. No, I'll tell you what. I'll get some strawberries, mate.
Well, I guess the reason why they're first of all they're so expensive is because they're only grown in like the Upper Alps. And they have to make the travel to go pick these apples and then bring them back into town. So that's probably why they cost a lot, right? So I just there's some more weird news. I just wanted to
but who's out there saying like I really need to eat a black apple right now? It's like come on.
Some kind of like food nut that just like wants to write.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? No, I think I've got all the weird news that I read this week, and I think we've almost got to an hour on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
That went real quick.
How long have we been talking for? It doesn't say. Let me check the live thing. I'm surprised it doesn't say. No. No, it's I guarantee you right now we've almost hit an hour. It's 11:55. So I think we did this at 10:30. So
right.
Holy shit, we might have been talking for like over an hour.
It's gone from a show to just me and you talking, really.
Yeah, we don't really like have much episodes left or days left to record anything like that. So is there anything else that you wanted to bring up in this episode before we end it though?
I don't think so. I've decided I don't like black apples or old shoes.
You're not gonna spend $500,000 on old Nike shoes. We know that.
Yeah. Nope.
Not even Bitcoin. But
I'm just wondering how many old shoes I've donated. You know, like to when you put them in the charity bags and they go off to like places in Africa and things like that. I'm just wondering how much money I've just thrown away.
Yeah, instead of selling them online, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but that's what you do. That's what you should be doing with old shoes. Give them to someone who hasn't got no shoes.
Yeah.
Come on.
I want to be like MacGyver, make duct tape shoes or something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you've got condom feet.
Oh, that's right. I've got my condom shoes. That's great. All right.
Yeah, just don't try. Once you put some laces into a condom, there's got to be holes in that, right? So don't think that that's safe from then on. Don't try and reuse, okay? As you're going to be popping out loads of little coops.
All right, sounds good. My neck is really hurting right now just for like going like this. So I need to relax it. But Dayton, do you have anything else you want mentioned?
No. Apart from I'm doing a bit of landscaping and construction now. So if anyone out there wants me to do a job, I come with a smiley face.
I'll tell you what. Send me your little graph and everything like that. I'll make you a little commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good. I need to make some money, so That's what I'm good at.
I want to thank both. Thank you very much, Dayton, as always, for being my co-host right here. I want to thank RayRoc and Indigo and Sarah that were with us in the live chat room. Thank you very much. For anybody watching the replay, make sure you go check us out on Patreon. We don't have many free episodes of Google Hangout on air, so make sure you come by while we're live. And go follow everybody on social media as well. And for the next episode of the Morning Glide podcast, we'll see you then, guys.
Bye.
Oh, my neck.